Hello, everyone from northern Catalonia, almost border with France. This is the Val de Nuria,
Pyrenees Mountain.
Pyrenees Mountains. Regina, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy that today we had opportunity to hike and the weather was great for us.
Yeah, honestly, the weather is super good. Hola.
Hello.
Yeah, it's nice people out here walking. Beautiful afternoon.
Yeah. So I want to ask you one question. Yesterday we talked a lot when we hike about um, zone of comfort and how is it important sometimes to allow yourself to be beyond the comfort and still enjoy but beyond the comfort. It's very popular topic. Many people talk about this. But let's share our own opinion.
I think one of my things is acceptance. You know, you have these expectations of what things should be, and then they don't turn out that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to resist. You want to be like, oh, I thought it was going to be something else. I thought the room was going to be bigger. I thought the time was going to be shorter. And then it doesn't turn out to be that way, and you either fight it or you don't.
And what you feel better, fight or accept?
I think clearly when you accept and you continue to find the joy. And you're like, okay, all right, this might not be the ideal situation that I imagined, and I'm going to accept it. And sometimes unexpectedly things change and they can even be better than what you'd originally
Do
expected,
you
right?
remember that experiment yesterday? So we came to high mountains, we came to albergue, to hostel, and unexpectedly for some reason we got very like bad room. Where it's 50 people, a lot of smell, people dry their clothes. And I before had very good experience in this albergue. I stay in my private room. So and I expected to get again good room, and I was so disappointed. And Erik was disappointed, and we decided just hike because we couldn't relax in that room. And I told him, listen, let's be happy anyway. Let's just elevate our vibrations and allow ourselves to be happy and joyful anyway. Let anything can spoil our mood. And we've been happy. We dancing on the mountains, we did art videos, we really laughing, enjoy, meditate. And when we went back to our albergue, suddenly they changed our room and give us private room where we've been just alone.
Yeah, it was actually so if they would have given us that same room immediately, I would have been happy, but I think that I would have not appreciated as much as I did
Right.
the way that it worked out. And then I was so grateful, and it was such a comfortable experience, and the whole thing was really nice. But yeah, maybe if I would have gotten mad and resisted, maybe they wouldn't have given it to us. Uh, who knows what would have happened? But the fact that we were like, okay, this is not what we expected, a little disappointed, and what can we do about it?
Also imagine the people who decide to change their mind because we talked with them before. We asked to change the rooms, and they're like, "No, no, no! It's against of rules of our albergue. You can't got it." I said, "Like yeah, last time I got it," and like, "No." But some reason that woman decide to change her mind for some reason, and I believe that because we change our attitudes in our mind, and whole world also change their reaction.
Hmm.
I just told you yesterday, let's do experiment. What if we will be happy and elevate our vibrations, how it will be for us? And it shows clear. Anyway, if you are happy, everything better. If you allow yourself to enjoy whatever you have, even if you don't have better room, even if that people didn't change their mind, anyway, you made for yourself better.
And I think it's pretty clear to almost everybody on Earth that you'd rather collaborate with people who you like that have good energy than people who you don't like and have bad energy. So we might as well try to have the best energy we can because this is all a big collaboration, whether it's in a hotel albergue or just in life in general, you know?
Yeah, and yesterday, do you remember also about zone of comfort? Another example, I talked with Erik about that sometimes I want to do tours with people to the Pyrenees mountains, same as I did Camino Santiago before, or we did a yoga tour to Himalayas, or we did tour recently to Peru. And there were some moments when people felt uncomfortable and they asked me, Regina, why we can't just go by bus to the top of mountain or go down by taxi? Why we walk so much, or why we need to wake up so early, or why we need just very good food instead of to eat whatever we can? And I told them that sometimes we need to just create uncomfortable situation, walk to the top instead of to drive, and to find a better place to eat than just take whatever it comes, because we have intention to be conscious, to challenge ourselves, to hike more, to exercise more.
Right. I mean, if the whole purpose of this is to talk about coming out of your comfort zone, to challenge ourselves to go beyond what we know. And the
Right.
comfort zone, we're comfortable with what we know. And if we don't know, then sometimes we get
That's true.
nervous because we yeah, you don't have I mean, you just don't know. You haven't been there before.
And it's especially about Americans, I mean, in the good sense, American people used to be in comfort, always be on the car, drive. If you're going to the mountains, usually you just rent car and go everywhere. And American people used to stay in good hotels and good, very like good service and everything. And when I take American people to some tours, they're always usually surprised why we need to walk so much, or why we need to stay in albergue instead of the hotel. And for me, for example, because as you said, we are afraid what we don't know, and sometimes to get new experience, it takes some energy to digest it. But it means you spread your consciousness, you learning new things, and it's probably sometimes uncomfortable just at the beginning.
And I want to say one thing that I find is a lot of times everything balances itself out. So if there is a moment where you go out of the comfort zone and it's actually way more uncomfortable than you thought, we can always make up for it later. We can spoil ourselves at the next place. We can eat a little bit more than we thought. We can, whatever. So
To balance.
life finds its balance.
Right.
So we shouldn't be too worried that if we do go outside the comfort zone, beyond the known, into a place and we're like, wow, it actually was quite uncomfortable. It
Quite
rained
scary.
on me and I got a little scared. Well, you know what? I deserve some ice cream or whatever, right?
A nice hot bath with hotel with nice jacuzzi next one. It's like, Camino Santiago, and people do that, stay in albergues with people, 50 people in the room, one night, second night, and that third night they just took apartments with jacuzzi.
Yeah, and we came to this life, this earth experience to learn new things and to expand. And how can we do that if we just keep going to the same comfortable place over and over again? We're not going to the next level. So if we really want to level up, get some wisdom, challenge ourselves, and really be proud of ourselves, because every time that you overcome something and you learn something new, you get another, you graduate, whether it's in an academic sense or just life itself, you feel great. You're like, wow, look at me. You travel to an exotic location,
And
or
sometimes you can be afraid to go somewhere, and you come over this fear and you face to face your fears, and you're like, it's also actually was not so scary.
right. Yeah, we got to do it. We got to go beyond the comfort zone. Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. Love it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. And
Okay.
thank you for watching us. If you have any specific questions to us, please text in comments, and we will make video special for you.
Yeah. If there's a like possibility and comments, beautiful.
Thank you.